have to be honest with you, the only people throughout this whole thing that I have heard say this was a great idea, quite frankly, are you and Heidi. All I have been hearing from people, including psychologists, is that, among other things, this just sends a terrible message because of the fact that Heidi was a beautiful 23-year-old before she went under the knife. So tell me, why was it okay for a beautiful girl like Heidi to get all of this surgery?
Well, I guess we're kind of questioning the whole essence of cosmetic surgery, if you will. That's the nature of it. No one needs elective cosmetic surgery. It's something that they desire, and that's what Heidi desired.
All right, look, you've seen the coverage the story has gotten. A lot of people are outraged by it. Can you understand why people think that it sends a terrible message, particularly given how many young fans of hers might look at this and say, this is the answer to my problems? I mean, do you understand where that outrage is coming from?
Well, you know, I look at the other side of things, which no one seems to be talking about, is that I'm in the middle of Hollywood here. This is what I do all the time. This is what we all do all the time, frankly, out here. And the public just doesn't know it. And so a lot of these celebrities that are a size 0 with these perfect bodies, beautiful faces, beautiful skin, it's just not reality. This is what goes on. So I think Heidi, actually, by being honest, is kind of, kind of being brave, actually, to tell you the truth.
Well, yeah, you said that, and I'll get to that in a moment where you called her a hero for those reasons. But I still don't understand, I guess, the connection with how the message it sends that she got the surgeries. I understand the rationalization you're making, but the message it sends that she got the surgeries to young women. I mean, young women, in my mind, 15, 16-year-old young girls thinking that this is the answer. That doesn't seem wrong to you?
I don't think there's any message she was sending out. She's a 23-year-old adult who made this choice, and I'm not sure what the message really is.
I'll spell it out for you as people see it, and as what I've been hearing from people on our show, from the psychologists that we've spoken to, is that they say this is a young woman who is on TV, who was beautiful in their eyes, and changed the way she looks in what they consider a rather radical way. And young women who look up to her might see this as a sign. Oh, well, the big star is doing it, so it's okay for me.
Well, again, I disagree, and again, behind the scenes, this is what's going on. I mean, I'm from Ohio. I thought people out here were genetically gifted when I was a kid. I realized that's not the case. It's guys such as myself that are sort of doing this, and again, it's elective cosmetic surgery. No one needs it. Heidi didn't need it. She was fine before. I totally agree with you. It was her choice.
All right, well, let me run down some of the specifics here. A couple of the procedures that you performed on Heidi. She had breast implants, a nose job revision, Botox injections, liposuction, a mini brow lift, chin reduction. And in her interview with ABC, Heidi talked specifically about the liposuction. Let's take a look at that.
I had my legs liposuction on the inside and outside, but it wasn't really to take out the fat. It was more just to contour the legs. And then I had my back scooped out a little bit to help give a curvier look, and then a little bit on the sides.
Really? Okay, Dr. Ryan, this was clearly not an unattractive, overweight young woman. Did you perhaps advise her to go to the gym or try Pilates or adjust her diet or any number of other options before resorting to surgery?
This is why I'm doing these interviews. Yes, she already does that. No one apparently is aware of that. She does yoga. She eats well. I've known Heidi for several years. She does all that already. We're the last rung on the ladder, I say to people. You do your working out, do your good nutrition, et cetera, et cetera. If there's a few localized areas that can't be removed with these other methods, that's where liposuction comes into play.
You did 10 procedures on Heidi. Did you turn her down on any more procedures?
That was about it. I mean, see, a lot of those procedures, about 5 of them could have been done in the office. Botox, fat grafting, the ears, the brow lift, all those could have been done under local anesthesia in the office. So we could have done just a handful of procedures. It just makes more sense for the patient to do them together, assuming it's safe, which it is for a young, healthy 23-year-old.
Well, as I've mentioned, and you're quite aware, a lot of people speaking out about this. Earlier today, I told the Showbiz Tonight Facebook fans that we were going to have you on the show. Tonight, I asked for people to pose some questions. I want to bring in Brooke Anderson. Brooke, what are people saying on Facebook?
Hey, AJ, we got this question from Margie R., who wrote on our Facebook wall, why would he have to do 10 procedures in one day? She wasn't ugly to begin with, just insecure. No matter what she has done on the outside, it won't change the inside. She needs psychological help. So, Dr. Ryan, off of Margie's question, I want to ask you, we've had experts saying that Heidi has body dysmorphic disorder, little to no self-esteem, and possibly other psychological issues. What kind of psychological screening did she have to go through before undergoing these procedures?
That's a great question. In fact, we all screen our patients before cosmetic surgery. I mean, any responsible board-certified surgeon does, obviously, and we did as well. Again, I think it gets back to the question of what is the essence of elective cosmetic surgery? You know, I guess, is everyone that gets cosmetic surgery insecure? I don't know. I mean, I don't know the answer to that, to tell you the truth. But again, when a young, healthy adult makes a decision, frankly, with Heidi, this was a business decision. This is not some addiction thing. I mean, she's been thinking about this for a long time, and she knew that this was something she wanted to do to hopefully propel her career. And again, you have to realize the media is somewhat at fault with this because we are holding these celebrities up and then tear them down physically. And so, you know, in this day and age, right or wrong, I mean, the celebrities in the public eye need to look good. That's all there is to it.
Well, Dr. Ryan, you gave that interview to Radar Online, and you said that you consider yourself and Heidi heroes in all this. Let's take a look at that.
I think the wrong message is when people lie about plastic surgery, which is rampant in Hollywood. I mean, you know, there's another reality star, a year or two older than Heidi, that gets routinely Botox and injections into her cheeks and lips and set her breast done and liposuction and buttock augmentation and gets cellulite treatments and God knows what else. That's sort of the way it is, you know. So I frankly think Heidi is brave. She's a hero for talking about this. And frankly, a little bit I am too, because I knew this would sort of happen.
All right, Dr. Ryan, I hear what you're saying, but can you understand why when people hear you use the word hero in this context, that they kind of think it's nuts? I mean, it's a strong word.
It's a strong word, I agree. And listening to it again, you're right, well, that's a strong word. But I mean, I guess Heidi, maybe brave is the better word. I mean, it's interesting, all this stuff we're talking about right now. Frankly, I think I'd rather be at my office right now just doing surgery. So it has opened up a whole can of worms. And I think it's partly just because Heidi was honest, whereas a lot of people aren't. That's all there is to it.
Do you think she needs to be getting psychological counseling?
No, Heidi does not need psychological counseling. I mean, obviously, a lot of this, as I mentioned, was a very well thought out, calculated career move. And look what it's done. Many people are talking about Heidi on a daily basis now. So.
Well, I do appreciate you taking the time with us. I think we have a lot of people who are disagreeing, but, you know, we will all respect each other's opinions, I guess. Dr. Frank Ryan, we appreciate you being here tonight. Thank you.